I didn't even press record, but now I have apparently. You're gonna do a
No,
Oh jeez, welcome to the Roast Podcast, everyone. I'm cooked completely right now. I'm not actually cooked. I'm just really tired.
Could be.
I'm
No,
not really tired either. I'm just really fatigued. Got back at 4 a.m. here last night. So Adam's good though. Hey Adam.
No, I'm not. I went to bed at 3. So
Oh, Adam's pretty tired too.
call this one the late night.
This is the late night podcast, except it's 1:37 in the afternoon right now. So
So
yeah.
yeah.
Oh jeez. So yeah, we're just
Mining crypto over here with 3 computers in front of us.
we've just set up something really cool right now. We're about to make history.
Hardly cool, but
we're about to make history here. All right. We're gonna fucking mine some crypto. I've set up this massive thing with my computers, and shit's going down.
Probably edit the picture in post.
Oh yeah.
Over this point or something, or just have it as the background. I don't know.
I got my mini old computer here, and
Maybe able to hear the fans whirring in the background.
yeah, the fans are gonna be in clear audio, I reckon. For anyone with headphones, they'll definitely hear the fans.
Yeah.
It's just bzzz.
Unfortunate.
Rip headphone users, but yeah.
Then again, you should also be able to hear the Spino.
Our last episode of the Roast Podcast, is it up yet? I don't think it is.
Have you edited it?
I think
yet?
I fucked up.
Oh my god.
I think I actually left it on my I surely I copied it to the computer. Do you remember me copying it to the computer? I lost where it was on the
I
computer.
think you did. You started to do it, and
Yeah.
you realized there was syncing issues because the camera we used cut the video up, into smaller files instead of just one long file.
Yeah, I don't remember where I put the files though.
It was on your other computer.
Yeah, but I still can't find them. I'll find
So
them.
we've got a
We'll get there today.
Lost Media Roast Podcast
Ah.
coming to Sam's Movies.
Jesus Christ. Please no. No Lost Media. I just did a Lost Media, but you know.
Oh, what about
No.
Erky Perky?
No Erky Perky Lost Media,
Oh
no
my God.
Pinwheel Clockman short. Please do Pinwheel Clockman short.
Please do Pinwheel.
Can you please make I Hate Mars bars?
Do blood? No.
Someone commented that. They're like, please make Pinwheel Clockman Mars bar short, and I was like, fuck you.
Remind me again, who's Pinwheel Clockman?
Oh, it's this short made by Nickelodeon, like the 70s, and everyone wanted me to do a Lost Media on it and say, oh, this is Lost. And it got found, the short, recently, so anyone who still asks me to do that, to just stop bothering because
They found it.
Because they found it,
It's
so
found
it's-
media now.
Exactly. I have done found media before, but like stuff that used to be lost, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing Pinwheel Clockman short ever. I might do it as a shit post just for fun.
Yeah, April 1st.
Oh, it's a good idea actually.
My favorite April 1st gag, right, was one that I only really recently found, and I think it was Apollo Legend, and he does speedrunning shit, but he bought a plug and play for, no, it wasn't Apollo Legend, it was Summoning Salt. He bought a plug and play, and a plug and play of SpongeBob Cash Dash, and he for an April Fool's gag he got a sub 140 second time to complete the game, and he holds the record for the SpongeBob SquarePants Cash Dash, the world record speedrun.
For fuck's sake.
It was the best shit post for April 1st I've ever seen. So good. And he put it into like an 8-minute video of just him talking about how like Jorge Lapuz, George Lopez or whatever, Jorge Lapuz damned the world by giving us Cash Dash, and then he went back in time and reverted it, but left a copy so that Summoning Salt could fix it, and then by getting the sub 140 world record, and he did. Oh, look at you getting notifications on your phone.
Oh, for hey, that's just some dweeb. Oh.
Hey, dweeb. Oh no, this is not good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck, man. But yeah, you know, shit's been hectic recently.
Shit has been hectic. It's been...
You back at uni yet?
No.
Oh, lucky.
Monday.
Oh, when
I've
it
got 2 more
Monday.
days, 2 more days, yeah, crunch time.
When it Monday, man.
I'm so fucking done.
Oh.
I like my holidays. I don't want to go back. It's not fair.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I genuinely don't. I don't miss the grind of uni, but I miss the people.
24/7 grind.
I'm on the grind.
Grind.
Then again, when I did TAFE, it wasn't much of a grind. It was just more fun than a grind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's good. It's good. I enjoy it.
Exactly.
I'll get back to it and I'll be like, oh, fucking have to do that shit with goddamn, what's it called? Well, the major project, which is just my own thing. I have to do everything.
Oh shit.
So I don't know. Maybe I could get you to help me.
Oh, no worries, Bob.
I'll be like, yeah, commission Sam's movies to help out with the audio. The audio is the bit that fucks me every
Oh,
single
really?
time. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like, do I want a background score for it, or do I just want to like, if I just have it be all like ambient audio and like the dialogue and shit, and like the effect sound, so like chairs scraping and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that going to be enough, or do I need a background score? If I do have a background score, will it be too much? Or if I just have a soundtrack and don't have any actual sounds for dialogue or whatever, if I just have a soundtrack, would that be acceptable? Would that like detract from the thing? This is shit that I've like not actually really thought about before. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't even know. It's like so annoying because I want to get this story out because it's something that I enjoy or am passionate about. I don't enjoy it, but it is something that I'm passionate about because it's a negative. It's a subject with a negative connotation. So it's like, oh, if you say you enjoy it, it's like that's a bit weird. I just said I enjoy it because that's force of habit. But it's like stuff. Yeah, no, it's just like
You want the feeling of completion of having.
no, I just want to be able to. I just want to be able to get this story out. And,
Yeah.
Like, be able to put it up on YouTube where it'll get like five views
Exactly.
and 5 views.
Oh shit.
I mean,
no.
if it's all my own stuff, then I could be like, well, this is what I do. I could perhaps then do like Patreon stuff, or maybe even get picked up by like an animation house.
Yeah.
Although, like, I'll be real, an animation house sounds good, but then it's like I'll probably get there and they'll be like, okay, you got to use After Effects, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go kill myself because it's not that I despise After Effects, I just don't understand it, which makes me despise it. It's
That's like me with Premiere Pro.
Yeah, no, it's like
I don't despise it, but I just don't get it.
It's like there's so many options that my fucking weird mind just goes,
Yeah, me too.
What's happening? I don't know what to do. And then like
Me too.
I get overwhelmed, and it's all a fucking bad time.
I'm more of a cutter when it comes to video editing, so I'll take the program where I can just chop things up and I don't have to use a lot of special effects, but I still use special effects. It's just that when I started using Premiere Pro last year, there was just too many options, and to find special effects was like, there's all these little tabs and all these things in the program, and I'm like, where do I fucking start with this thing?
Yeah, exactly.
And I know Premiere Pro is pretty good for special effects. It's great for special effects, but for cutting it just wasn't doing it for me like this other program was. This other program was perfect for just cutting something up and chopping it up.
That's probably what you're using for this one.
And I'm still using it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had to use Premiere for my course. And it was okay. Like, I mean, it's only because I don't know any alternatives.
Exactly.
It's worked out for me. I mean, I can run it. I just can't run it well. I don't know half the stuff. Like, they try and teach you, but they don't teach you exceedingly well. But it's
they don't.
It works.
It does. Nah, Premiere Pro it's good shit. I actually don't mind it.
The
But
only issue is
cutting,
right. So they update. Adobe updates their products to the new year version. So like the 2019 version for this year.
Yeah.
About just before halfway through the year. So like sort of towards the end of the financial year or something. I don't know. But the problem with that is they don't upgrade the computers at school. So right when we were having delivery of our first thing, a client project, um, we had issues because everyone who was working at home was using 2019 Premiere or 2019 After Effects, and the computers were still running 2018 ones, and they were like, oh, this file was edited using a more recent version of the program, therefore we can't open it. And I'm like, surely you haven't added anything, groundbreaking.
I hate that as well.
Does that. But the problem is, because I use Animate more than After Effects, whenever I plugged in one of my more recent Animate files, it was like, oh, this has been used. This has been done with a newer version of Animate. I just want to let you know that there might be something wrong. You can still open it, and then it'll open. And I'm like, why the fuck doesn't it open for all the other programs?
Because Adobe Premiere Pros, I don't know.
It's so dumbfounding.
It is. It's stupid.
It legitimately knocked back our delivery, because there was no reason why it should have done that. No reason why we should have had issues with that.
Even VideoPad, the one I use, it can still load projects from much older versions in the newer versions. It just configures it to the newer version. It just finds a way. And Premiere Pro for some reason can't do that, or it just goes go through all these options and then you can do it. It's like,
it wasn't like an issue of upgrading. It was an issue of downgrading the version thing, which was like, okay, I get it. They may have added something that but sure, this program, how long? I don't know how long it's been out. Surely they aren't going to revolutionize it or just overhaul everything.
Well, they've revolutionized in inverted commas, the fact that it's now a subscription based.
It was always subscription based.
No, it used to just be you buy it, you keep it forever.
Who's this VideoPad?
This is Premiere Pro.
Oh yeah.
All Premiere Adobe products used to just be able to buy them and they're yours forever.
Yeah.
And now you got to pay yearly, and it's like, fuck off.
I got tagged with that. It was.
I hate it
because I got a student discount plus a first time buyer discount or whatever.
Yeah.
It was half price, and then all of a sudden, the start of this year, I get a charge for $500, and I'm like, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
And that's because it's an auto renewer. It's an auto renewing subscription that doesn't warn you that it's going to auto renew. It just assumes that you know. So out of the blue, I got a $564 charge to Adobe, and I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck is this? And it was honestly like auto renewing subscriptions for big things like that, for things like Netflix and Spotify. That's fine because they're they're cheap in comparison. $500, fuck off, no way. That's way too much to be just.
It's unbelievable.
That's way too much to be taking without warning someone.
They don't get it.
That could be someone's rent for the month.
Exactly, and you're halfway through editing something.
You're like, so it's either you keep the program but you lose your fucking apartment or whatever.
The business mindset of people who own it.
It's so fucked.
It's so bullshit. People who own it just on a business model. And that's the way they do it, but they don't really get that people are working their asses off editing shit around the world, but then they're going to charge them for, the yearly, whatever, the monthly plans that you can do with this bullshit. It should always have stayed, you buy it, you keep it forever. But the problem is the technology gets so much better in these programs that they can't do that they just decided they couldn't do that anymore.
They can do that.
They can, but they don't want to.
They can offer, you can buy it, you can buy a license, and then it just has the ability to update.
So you're guaranteed to be someone who
if I could buy it outright, I would, and just keep it for the rest of my life. That's a problem. No, but then you think about what's it called? You've got all these Adobe, the ones that I use for my thing are primarily the Adobe Suite and Maya 3D, which is that's okay. And I'm like, okay, so I have to pay for Maya. No, sorry, I have to pay for Adobe, but I can get Maya free for 3 years on a student license, which is fantastic. The only sort of downside to that is that it's you can't use this for commercial purposes, which is fine because I don't make money anyways, but You can't use it for commercial purposes, and every single time the file is saved or loaded, it comes up with a dialogue prompt that says this has been saved by a student, licensed copy of the program.
Jesus.
And it's literally just like that's it. But you get full access to Maya, which is fucking brilliant for free.
That's great.
Maya is awesome, but then it's
So
like, and then like Adobe is like, fucking expensive. It's ridiculous
jealous.
how expensive it is.
I'm
But
jealous of Adobe, of how all the bullshit with Adobe, yeah.
the problem is, then you also see programs like Blender, and things like, I think it's Paint Tool. No, it's not. It's called Medibang, and these are like drawing. Blender is a 3D renderer like Maya, but it's completely free, and
wow.
it's so powerful. It is, it's lacking some of the other back end things that Maya has, but Blender is legitimately such a good program that they could charge for it, and people would gladly pay for it, but they give it away for free.
What?
It's open source, free to whoever goes to the download page and gets it.
So you don't even have to. It's not even like a free trial, or is it?
No, it's 100% free.
That's
I think
fucked.
it's like I think they have a Patreon, or like a I think it's a Patreon where they get donations or whatever for.
They'd get a fuck ton of donations from like genuine people. It was just like,
because
wow,
it's
you guys
like-
have made this free. You guys are
Because
legends.
it's like they have all of these really powerful things in it. I think they're shipping a new update really soon, which is giving them like a whole shit ton of new components to the actual program, and it's like, damn, this is really, really good. Like, it's so fucking generous.
Yeah.
Because it's like I tried to give it a go. I did try to give it a go when I was I was dabbling with some 3D modeling, trying to get character models recomposited for the Source Filmmaker, so I could use custom models. I was following like a tutorial, and it said you got to use Blender to recompile the like bitmaps and normal maps. At this point, I was in like year 10. I had no fucking clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
And probably even now, if I looked at that tutorial, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" But I'd get some of the steps. But it's like, it said use Blender, when it said like you may have to use Maya because Blender doesn't have this functionality. It's like, Blender has this. It's such a powerful program.
Yeah.
It's so good, and it's completely free. Like, honestly, they'll probably never hear this, but like, shout outs to Blender just because like, in a world of like where people charge shit for good shit,
Yeah.
charge money for like the access to good shit, they're giving away their good shit for free. It's open source too. It's not like a free it's not just like a free program. It's completely open source, so you can mod it as well.
That's
Like, you
amazing.
can, if you're a programmer with that kind of knowledge, you can modify the program to suit your needs. It's
There you go.
honestly, it's brilliant. Like, it's so good.
That's the thing. Like, that's just why I just never really got into Premiere Pro, because I was like, you know, I don't want to pay some money for this. I've got great editing software already. VideoPad is a little bit corrupt, and it can struggle with videos over 20 minutes. But when do I ever edit videos over 20 minutes anyway?
Well, the podcast, but they're not.
Oh
videos,
yeah, but they're easy. That's just audio.
that's pretty much just
That
audio,
exports really quickly. If it's like I'm talking about like a proper timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Of
you've
like
got video
chopped
and
up.
all sorts of different effects and stuff.
Exactly, because I edited I put together an entire TV pilot last year, and that was my labor of love for a little while. Making that little thing, because you probably remember this. I rocked up at your house, and this computer was at yours, and I was like, all I needed was the good audio from the show, because I found all the clips from the show,
Yeah.
and I was like getting so excited to edit it. I was shitting myself because I genuinely thought that the good audio for that episode probably wasn't on this, but
And then you found it.
had a good feeling, and it was on this computer. Here it is.
And yet you can't even find fucking, what's it called? Trouble in Chinatown.
That one, see, that's what I was mainly looking for last
Trouble
year.
in Chinatown.
We had this, Adam and I had this freaking long search through a corrupt hard drive, because I had to get this software that was really good software, but I had to crack it
We're
open.
pretty sure we found it, but it was irretrievable. Like you couldn't get it out.
Well, no, we didn't find. I couldn't find it.
You were pretty sure that there was on.
I was sure it was on there.
It was either,
but it wasn't.
Either
It
your
didn't end
mum's
up
old
being on
computer or an old hard drive that was broke.
It was on my mum's old computer, but I think there was a part of that computer that got corrupt and deleted it itself, or I just deleted it by accident, or someone
Lost media trouble in Chinatown.
I think it's genuinely lost, so I don't think we'll ever find
see
it. But who knows?
Do that as an April Fool's. Lost media trouble in Chinatown.
There is a thing I can actually do though. There's a special Windows search that shows up on all the videos files on the computer. So if I were to grab that computer now that could have trouble in Chinatown and do that special video search,
yeah, it might.
It might actually show up, but who knows? It's a really cool way of searching as well. I use this to delete massive video files on my computer. You just basically you go into the Windows, thing here.
Here we go, Windows
File
tutorials.
Explorer, and you type up. You go into this is an older version. This is Windows 7, but you type up dash something videos. I've got some weird searches in there.
The Project Gay.
James. Oh jeez. I've got some
Gay.
Gay.
That's the most recent one as well. Where the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh no, what was I looking for there?
I don't want to know.
Nah,
I don't want to know.
So you just type this up and you find so much shit. Like I did it on this one and I deleted so many gigabytes because there was a 42 gig video.
What was the video?
It was recorded with screen capture software.
Oh, screen cap.
So you know how they make it really high.
Screen cap doesn't unless you set it to compress. If you set it to
which is what I've done on this
non-compress.
one. I've done it on this computer in a good.
So
it's
it
fast
does
capture
compress.
mode.
Yeah.
So it doesn't properly.
Instead of just uncompressed, lossless, and then you've just got the most enormous file known to mankind. It's like what the fuck. Ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, once you do that, you can find almost any file, and I'm probably gonna do that today. I guess now that I've just decided that.
You've just thought about
Forgot about it.
Lost media will soon be found media.
It will.
Hopefully, unless it truly is lost.
Who knows? I don't mind if it's lost. Shit happens.
Yeah.
I lose shit all the time.
Just recreate it.
Yeah. Oh.
A shit post.
Oh, that's so funny. It'd be gold if we recreated it.
It would, honestly. It's such a funny gag.
You need the original though to know what's going on.
Yeah,
I think that cubby house where we filmed the news in, that's
the news. Yeah. Just use your brother's fucking under the stairs thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, we probably could because it's got a proper, projector in the background.
Yeah, and just record you fucking being a dumbass in the background and then do that in the...
But you're not as awkward as you were back then. Back then you were like, welcome to the news, and you're so awkward in the video.
I could do that. Trust me.
I could be awkward.
I could be awkward. Hey guys, welcome back to the news.
You just looked like you wanted to die. I remember watching it. You're just like, hello and welcome to the news. And then we're just in the background being the graphics that's meant to be in the corner. That was gold.
We used an old original Xbox as a prop. That was the best part.
And recently, this terror happened in Chinatown, and with the fights going on in the newsroom, it's like, hey, what's going on here? And it just cuts into the next action scene.
It's so dumb. It was, honestly, it was the dumbest thing. But
it wasn't. I liked it.
I liked it too. I enjoyed it. It was funny as fuck.
It was good.
But at least it was better than fucking...
I made you guys do those things though. But that one was one that we enjoyed more.
Yeah.
Than the other ones that we made later on.
Trouble in Chinatown was such a fucking good meme. I loved
so
it.
Good.
It was so good.
See,
the only part I do remember was the news part.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything else.
I remember putting it together and
then losing it.
But I added the Kung Fu fighting song, and for some reason that still exists on the computer.
The file that you plugged into the timeline?
The file that I put in the timeline with the song. Everybody
great.
wants Kung Fu fighting.
Oh my god.
And then, but the video itself's gone. It's like, what the fuck?
Where's the video gone? Oh my god.
Wouldn't it be so cool if we found it today? That'd be so funny. We just get
talking about
we'd watch it in the cinema room. We just yes, it's fucking Trouble in Chinatown.
What if it's all flickery like fucking your VHS Erky Perky?
Nah, it'd be in
Conversions.
good quality because I filmed it with my old. I had this sick camera that my parents got me for my birthday one year.
Flexing.
Oh well, you know,
Yeah.
it was a little camera. It was tiny. You remember it?
I think you still got it.
I've still got it, yeah. And it was like the best present ever because it was just. Sorry, we got some construction going. Yeah, we just got interrupted there. By some rude, horrible people. No, they're good.
Live
They're good.
callers.
They're good blokes, but they interrupted us,
Yeah.
so they must pay. Nah.
They must pay.
As I was saying, what was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
The
Before we
camera.
got raided.
This sick camera that I had that we used to film all this stuff with.
Yeah, you were stunting about your camera. That's right.
Well, look, it's held up. I'm sorry. I found footage from when I was 10 years old that I filmed of like me doing a TV show where I review videotapes.
And yet you still haven't got Trouble in Chinatown.
And I don't have trouble in Chinatown, but the quality of the footage and the audio quality is pretty shit, but it's still...
That's because we
It
didn't use
holds
an
up.
actual mic. We just used the camera.
Yeah,
the,
of
the mic
course.
attached to the camera.
It's a little tiny thing as well. It was this little box that's just like...
so,
There you go, there's your
small.
audio.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Oh, I love it, though. But it's
Fucking
still...
like
the footage holds up so well.
Bit rate of 1.
It legit was. But it
Sound
was...
like fucking Optimus Prime, or like when your Discord lags, or you set the fucking bit rate on your Discord calls to like super low, and you just sound like robots.
Oh,
Have you ever done that? It's funny as fuck.
It was 29 frames per second, so
oh my god, 29.
that's pretty
That's
good.
so out there. Like, why? Why not 30 or like 25?
25's like that at the standard. 29's just like, oh, we're getting a bit higher here, and 60 FPS is like, oh, YouTube video vlogger.
Vlogger. What's
Oh, no.
poppin'?
Jeez.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, but it was such a good little camera, and we filmed heaps of shit with it, and I fucked up because I
You lost Trouble in Chinatown.
lost Trouble in Chinatown.
I don't know if you gave me a copy and then I lost as well.
You know what's funny? I reckon I gave you guys a copy
I
of it
think you may have on like a burned disc.
on a DVD.
Yeah, it was like a DVD.
Do you remember me giving it to you, or you don't
No, I
know?
don't
Nah,
remember.
see, who knows?
just have,
Who
like, a
knows now?
bag.
I definitely burnt it to a disc. I remember burning it to a DVD.
So if we find the disc,
I mean, if we find the disc, we're sorted. The disc is somewhere. I know that for a fact.
Ooh.
Is it in here?
it's in the national treasure.
Oh,
fucking-
jeez. Could you imagine if I just opened up this thing and it was just Trouble in
Is that
Chinatown?
only a freaking burnt
Nah,
disc?
this
What
is-
even is that?
These are just Windows discs that help run
Why are there
printers,
so many?
computers. Oh, because you need them to. Because computers back then were freaking shit, man. Office 2003. There we go.
Oh, wow.
They weren't shit, but they needed discs to help run them. You remember with those old little, with a
Yeah.
desktop had the shitty just.
Ah, my new computer doesn't even have a disk drive.
Man, you don't want a
It's
disc
the
drive.
only detractor. Even though
Really?
I never really used it on my other one.
You're disappointed with that? I'm not disappointed when I didn't have a disc drive on my new computer. Because this
I
one
really
has
need
one.
a disk drive?
No,
I
'cause
use my old one.
you
or
just use
get
your old
a
one.
USB one.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but it takes up so much space, disc drives, and
Yeah.
they're pointless now. They're actually pointless. This one broke.
My one actually did Blu-ray, so
Oh, that's
that was
pretty
kind
good.
of nice.
That's pretty good. This
Like,
one does
yeah,
Blu-ray.
I remember sitting back and watching a few Blu-rays. It wasn't too bad. Like regular discs were kind of like air, but then I got those Blu-rays. and
It's
they were
like, hell yeah.
they were crisp as fuck. It was nice. Like what ones would I watch? Oh, it was so annoying. I used to watch the what's it called? The most recent War of the Worlds. And
Oh, yeah.
Only because I only watched it myself because my brother refused to watch it with me because he was afraid of the alien. He used to apparently he got nightmares and I wasn't
Oh,
allowed to
man.
watch it on the big screen. That was locked.
Oh, it was Law.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch it on the big screen, and I'm like, why? They're not that bad. It's fine. It's like it's cool. I enjoyed it. It's like, and so I had to watch it on my computer. I mean, I say had to. I enjoyed watching it. It's just like
It's like,
I'd
ah,
much
fuck.
rather be out in the comfy chairs on
Exactly.
the big screen than sitting in the office and watching
Exactly.
it on the computer.
Sometimes my brother hogs this cinema room that we have in our house downstairs, and it's a full like
Has
projector
said-
cinema room. It's awesome. The only problem is it doesn't have any good speakers yet, so we got to get proper
The
speakers
audio
connected
just
to
comes
it.
out of the projector.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Because my brothers are just lazy and they never bothered to get good
So
speakers. We've got speakers we've got good speakers sitting around the house somewhere. Though.
Meanwhile, one time that I went down in there was a hole in the wall that looked like it had been shot through. The
Punched.
It was
in a rage. Yeah.
rage. Was it punched?
Yeah, I think so. It's a punch. It's a punch in the wall because usually when it's a clean circle,
It looked small and like I think I could see through it.
it's a fist. Yeah, so that's it's just. I think he told me that he just got so angry that he just punched it.
Why would he get angry? No, but it was so bad because like I got down there and the fridge freezer was moldy and it smelled.
Oh,
It
that's
was so
terrible.
bad. You held it open and I'm like, you held it open for far too long. Why didn't you just close it? Because it stank out the room so bad.
Did we actually do that? Oh, it's disgusting.
You opened it was terrible because like there was stuff in it but it had been turned off.
You know what happened to that fridge, right?
Did you burn it? I hope you burned it
Bugs
because it was so, bugs
lived in there, and they've all died now. I think all the bugs. So if you open that up, it would just
destroy it.
We
burn
can't
it.
get it out. It's stuck in there. We need like a these two massive latches to just pull it out because all the juices from the shit that was in the fridge have
I'm gonna be
fused
sick.
it to the floor, and
I'm
now
gonna
it's
be
just
fucking sick.
stuck.
Get a fucking flamethrower.
And it's also
burn it.
stuck to the wood because like it's lodged in there pretty well. I think you gotta.
Destroy it.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's
It's
disgusting.
so bad. Just go in there with like a biohazard suit and destroy the thing.
My brothers, they don't-
legitimately like a hazard. To
They're
health.
morons. They don't know how to take
No,
care
but
of
then,
shit.
then also like I'm sitting on the couch and there's some fucking girls' panties in the goddamn.
Was there really?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, and I'm like, who the fuck are these? And I flick them away, and I'm like, what the fuck? And you're like, oh, my brothers have probably been having sex down here. And there was someone's phone as well. Like,
Yeah.
sat down with, and I found it, and I'm like, whose fucking phone is
I don't
this?
remember the panties, but
I
alright.
do remember the
Oh
panties. That
god.
was- how could I forget? I almost sat on top of them. I'm like, what? That was the most munted thing. I flicked them away. I'm like, god damn.
Oh my god, man.
Somebody got some puss on this couch.
That's
but-
so good.
It wasn't me, so I was sad.
All in good time,
so
mate.
sad.
All in good time.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of. You got plenty of time for that.
Plenty of time.
I still like to think that I'm enjoying my younger years without
Like your youth.
polluting it with like just going out and going nuts every Saturday night.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you know,
I couldn't do that. A, I don't have any money. B,
it's fucking
too
hard, isn't it?
introverted.
You
And
just don't
yeah,
have
no,
enough
it's
money to
just
go
like-
out and go crazy.
go crazy.
We'll go out and go
stupid.
crazy soon, boss. Don't
go
worry about it.
crazy.
And we'll Twitch stream the whole thing.
Oh my god. IRL streamers, yeah.
Date through stream date. Double date or Twitch stream.
That'd get some views, I reckon. People
be
would watch
good.
that for the sheer cringe. They'd
That'd be
like,
so good.
it'd be just like, bro, you just posted cringe. And then they'd watch it and be like, oh.
Mate, we'd be pimping out the fucking streets. It's South Yarra. We gotta do it at South Yarra.
South Yarra.
That would
Oh
be
my
the
God.
worst spot. That's where Chad did it. Anything for views. He went to South Yarra.
I wonder if we'll run into him.
Oh my god, probably would. I'm just gonna grab this
The fridge.
computer and a couple of other things.
How many more
You keep
computers do you
talking.
need?
Mate, shit is going down, alright? You keep talking. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Alright. So I'm talking. What? Just go, alright. Fucking hell. This guy's judging me, I swear. I'm gonna take this opportunity to say this was my idea. I drove down here to help do some work on. No, well, I didn't offer to do some help. But yeah, I was just like, I'll drive. I'm terrible on my own, but like, what am I gonna say? These computers that he's got smell. It's So how's your day been? Oh, thank you very much. I've just been hanging out with my friend Sam, talking to my lovely friend Kat. Hi Kat. I don't know if you're hearing this, but if you've suffered through all the rest of this trash, I just wanted to say hi. But yeah, it's been good. I've been enjoying life. Other than the whir of the fans and the roar of the power drill. Other than that, I'm looking at 3 very, very sad computers. One of them has a thing of Sam's face on it. Hold on, I'm gonna get him. Hold on. Please tell me this one's connected to the internet. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him so good. I'm gonna gnome him. Please. Please. Please work. No, this one's not connected to the internet. Oh, that's so sad. This is so sad. Please.
Computer number 4. Was it dead air for 5 minutes?
It wasn't dead air. I talked.
He's talking about the no meme.
No.
I'm just kidding, man.
I got you.
Oh.
So for the viewers at home, I just put up the gnomed meme on 2 of the 3 computers because the third one isn't connected to the internet because it's hot garbage.
This one?
Yeah,
this
this one
sucks.
Hot garbo, but it wasn't attached to the internet, so I couldn't get the gnomed meme up. But I managed to get 2 of the 3.
I forgot my iPhone charger was back.
I'm gonna try and get the third one up. Ho 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 ho. Hee ho ho. Alrighty, old chum. I'm not a gnolf. Not a gnolf. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed. Oh, laughing at boomer memes over here. This is so bad. This is honestly the worst thing I've seen. Like, why is this even... I'm laughing to myself because of this gnomed meme. It's so bad, but I'm laughing at it because...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Already, old chum. I'm not a gnome. I'm a gnome. And you've been gnomed. You also need to put a picture in of that this power boards thing that you've got going, because this is honestly like...
It's insane, isn't it?
It's
my favourite
travesty.
It's
it's a failure of human rights.
one PowerPoint connected. It's like...
It's one extension cord attached to one power board, which has then
with a
also
board
got
that thin.
another power board attached to it, which is... So he's got... And they're both like long power boards as well. They're both like... One's 5... No, wait, one... No, they're both 6 power boards. Oh my fucking god.
Oh yeah, this is one of those stupid computers.
How many fucking computers are you going to be setting up?
Oh, I've got another one I could set up.
Please don't. We don't need any more computers.
I told my service center to get Windows 10 on this, and they actually did it.
The absolute madmen.
And it was, guess what Windows had before Windows?
XP.
Nah, Vista.
Oh,
Vista's the dead zone of Windows.
That's a blast from the past.
This is
Vista.
like...
Did I have Vista? I think I had a computer that had Vista on.
I think it was released in 2007, Windows Vista. I'll just check.
Vista. Oh my god. Vista.
Imagine running a whole TV show with Windows Vista.
Yikes.
A live TV show. I'm pretty sure they did that
They would have.
many times. I mean, they ran live TV shows.
No,
without
everyone
Windows.
migrated to Mac in the time that Vista was around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. They may have.
Vista was so crappy. I mean, it wasn't the worst, but people still used XP. They were just like, you know what? Vista's not even that good. Let's just use Vista.
Let's just use XP.
I mean, let's just use XP. And yeah.
And then they came out with what? 7. Windows 7.
7 was, yeah. 7's my favourite.
Then it was 8. Then it was...
Windows 8's a joke. It's so bad.
Windows 8 was pretty
It's not that bad to use, but it's like using a shitty tablet. Like
it
it's
wasn't, yeah. Because at that point they were trying to optimize it for
tablet technology.
Which was... And then they kind of went back to their roots with 10.
10's...
Didn't they skip 9?
Yeah, skip 9. When's the next one coming out? Windows... Is it
Windows 11. I don't know.
Windows 11 release?
You've been named.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got I just got did you get an update for Windows 10 recently that lasted ages and you had to wait?
Nah.
Well,
I may
was
get it tonight or something.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't know if mine does them overnight. I don't know if I've set that yet to have them go overnight.
I was going to show you this before, sorry. This is the high quality of... This is just really good quality footage. not quality. The footage isn't actually good quality itself. What happens in it, but the picture quality. This is a show I filmed when I was fucking 10 years old. So cringe, but
4 views and it's unlisted.
well, yeah, it's something unlisted. It's not meant to get any views.
Oh, should put it out there.
Oh, jeez, I might
Lost
upload it
Media.
too.
Lost Media.
That's
Old
not
ad segments.
That's not Lost Media. Man.
Reality.
That's garbage.
Reality augmented. Garbo Media.
But I was gonna say this computer.
Have you upgraded that background?
What? No, not since like year 10.
Oh, I swear that you've got more like goddamn icons at the
jeez.
top.
No, not since year 10.
Thank God.
What else is? Yeah, I was gonna say I did use this computer recently to remaster a show and get rid of grain, and it was fucking amazing because Premiere Pro's grain removals technology still works
Yeah.
from like 4 years ago when you could just buy it, and I've got it on this and it still does the job. It's a lot slower than a like fast moving computer, but it still does it. So,
Which is good. Which is very good.
but it came up with a notification. It's like this job may not be able to be performed because of you don't have the required RAM on this computer, and I was like,
Oh my God. It's telling you don't have enough RAM.
you need more than 10 gig of RAM to do it properly.
Well, I have 32, so it gets done.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm absolutely
Shit, you actually
destroying
have
it.
32.
Yeah, I've got 32.
That's insane. I've got 16.
Uh,
there you go.
flexed on. I swear my one's like...
I don't think is there really a difference because it's still pretty fucking fast.
No,
I mean, for gaming, it's
No,
there is
for
a
things
difference.
that do consume a lot of RAM,
There is a big
things
difference.
like 3D rendering. 3D rendering can absolutely just chew through your RAM. Oh, and having a few Google Chrome tabs.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does Google Chrome take so much RAM? Has that ever been answered?
I don't know.
Because it's like I could use like Firefox or something, and it wouldn't take as much RAM. But Google Chrome takes so much RAM. I am leaning towards the belief that it's legitimately like a glitch that they can't, or like an error in the code that they can't quite fix.
Yeah.
And that's why it's using so much RAM. It's like they haven't limited it or allocated a certain amount.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And because I use Chrome compulsively, it's like, there goes all my RAM. If I want to play some video games and then I lag, even though I've got 32 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of fucking graphics card, it's like,
It still lags.
no, it doesn't.
Oh, I was gonna
I'm
say.
just being a shit poster.
How insane is the
Sometimes it
difference though between your old computer, like the lag, and your new computer? That would be fucking insane. That would blow your mind the first
it
week.
did. It was like, well, because I had to...
Works. Everything works.
I set up all my stuff again to get a whole lot of stuff. There's
Yeah.
still a load of things on my old computer that I haven't quite transferred over. Like, I'm gonna sound like a huge boomer, but
Oh.
I downloaded a whole lot of custom Call of Duty Zombies maps for World at War onto my old computer, and I haven't gotten around to finding them again.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure a few of them had like mega links or bit.ly links that don't work anymore.
Yeah.
So I may have to dive into the game folder on my old computer and get the map files out so that I can transfer them over if I can't find them on the internet. But like, yeah, honestly, I fucking adored World at War because it had such a really good custom map community. Like everyone, like if you made a custom map and it was good, people loved you, and it was honestly good. I didn't make any custom maps, but I played a fuck ton of them, and but I had to play them on like low settings because my computer was poor. But yeah, even just being able to like actually play them was really good because I enjoyed them so much. So if I could get them done on if I could play them on high settings, that'd be really cool. I'd like stream them or something. Be like, okay guys, playing Call of Duty World of War Zombies, streaming. Come download the map and play with me. Honestly, I wonder if anyone would actually do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
To play on stream, even though I'm like a stream with like, I think I've got 7 followers.
That's pretty good.
Is it?
You gotta do something insane to get like 1,000 followers, like out of nowhere. My brother did something insane once. I think what was he doing? I can't remember, but he got a lot of followers all at once. There was like an 11-year-old as well I heard of recently who's friends with
Fucking
Bootleg Bill, or family friends with Bootleg Bill, and he got 1,000 followers out of like just some random thing.
Well,
He was streaming something.
One time I was playing Warframe and I got raided by a guy with 15 followers. No, I mean, I didn't understand. I don't understand how that works, and I probably won't for a while. But it was like all of a sudden I had like 17 people watching my stream. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And like it wasn't like they all just vanished immediately. I did manage to keep a few of them going, but it was just a completely random guy.
Yeah.
And he all of a sudden brought 15 followers, 15 of his viewers over to me, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
My brother's had like, I think he had 1,000 people watching at once because he was hosted by, his best thing on stream was when he was hosted by the dude who did Good Game Spawn Point, you know, the host of that, the male host. Yeah, he hosted it. He
That's dope.
on his
That's pretty dank.
page.
I'll be real. That's like as an Australian gamer,
that's like
that's you know you've made it when
just
you
about
get,
magnum
when you get
opus.
hosted by Barjo.
Yeah.
Good game. God damn, that's pretty metal. I'll be honest. if that ever happens to me, I'll know I've made it. That's so dope.
I mean, maybe my brother could pull some strings and
Honestly, like even being hosted by him would be pretty dope because I don't know how many he's got.
probably a fair bit because he's
Yeah.
host to ABC3's Good Game and Good Game Spawn Point.
Yeah. What they're like their Twitch or something? Because didn't they do something like that?
Yeah.
And then there was
Wizards.
what's it called? No, but they may have used some of his footage for B-roll, perhaps. Now that I think about it, because like when I was young and like I watched those kind of shows, and there was like the B-roll in the background while they were commentating over a game.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is this them like actually playing the game at the same time and then doing it? And then like now I probably realise that they may have someone who gets the game footage, or that may be them actually playing it in real time to a Twitch audience or something, and then they reuse the B-roll from their game session to for the show.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how that worked, but it was like, I mean, it got me, stumped me for a long time because I'm a dumbass. But like, no, but like it would be
Yes.
it would be pretty good. The only problem is they'd have to run it with like no overlays. You know,
Yeah.
because like Twitch streamers run with like overlays and things. For well, recently because I've been watching speedrunning, they use overlays for like splits. For like, once they beat a certain segment, they say, okay, for this segment, I managed to do that segment 3 seconds faster than my personal best, and it's like, there's like a program that you can run on your thing. It's really neat. But there's another one, but they usually have like some kind of custom overlay picture of their face, maybe like a hand cam or something. And like, if they were going to use it as B-roll, they'd have to go with no overlays at all, so that the or they record it at the same time as they are streaming it. There could be any manner of ways to get it, but that is pretty cool. Like, I've only got 7 followers, but that's only because I don't think
You stream a lot.
I've been trying to, but it's sort of been difficult to find the time because Lucky's in the same room as me, my
That's
brother.
annoying.
It sort of corrupts, and my mic isn't very good. I want to at least get a good mic before I do that, because I've got the good computer. If I get a good mic, then I'll be able to actually start doing content properly, because
Exactly.
like audio is half the battle, and like not having, like, my mic is serviceable. That's as high as I can, that's as high a praise as I can give it. It's serviceable, but it's not anywhere better. It is old. It's about 2 years old, I think.
Oh shit.
Like, the headset still works perfectly fine. I'll be using the headset until it fucking collapses in on itself.
Yeah.
But getting a better mic is definitely a priority, because then I'll be able to we'll be able to do podcasts from a distance. Because right now it's like, if we did do one with me using my mic and you using yours, you might use this one or something, or attach, I don't know if you've got a better mic or something, or like attach this to the computer to run it, and then I'd use a better mic of my own, and we'd have like actually good audio instead of.
Bit of
Instead of
shit.
shit,
Oh, no.
because-
Well, there's a noticeable difference, and there's also like a delay when it's a shitty mic. It's like a
Yeah, like if I listen back through it by using like the listen in feature that lets you hear what you're saying, there is a very noticeable delay, and it doesn't sound good.
exactly.
And of course, you second guess yourself. Like if you hear yourself and you're listening through a really bad mic, it's like, oh, that's what I sound like, and then you try to course correct, and that makes it even worse. And then you're just like, oh, and that like, I've caught myself a few times where I've all of a sudden heard myself talking through the mic, and I've just gone, this is not good, and I've just frozen up for a sec. It's very, very noticeable.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting a mic like a good Bose or Sennheiser one. No, sorry, Bose and Sennheiser are the fucking headphones, not the mics. I think Bose does mics. The fucking Snowball or whatever, Blue Yeti, they're decent. But I want one that I can get on a mic stand, like a collapsible articulating one,
Yeah.
or at least one that I can sit on the desk in front of me, because that'd be nice. And then I might even move my entire setup up into my bedroom and have it running from there, so that I don't have Lockie corrupting the audio.
Exactly. You never use your bedroom, don't you?
I used to, but the problem is it's
The Wi-Fi.
the Wi-Fi signal.
It'd be
isn't
better
very
because
good.
you've got NBN now, wouldn't it?
The problem is the router isn't as strong as I'd like it to be. It's not good. The router's serviceable, but I get noticeable slowdown and lag when I'm in my room, like just laying in bed watching YouTube or something, and I often have to swap to 4G to try and get it to go. I've got a shit ton of 4G, but like me stunting, but like it's like, yeah, I get such a bad reception in my room. It's legitimately terrible, but like it's because I'm furthest from the router.
That sucks.
Matt and Locke are way closer to it, so they're better off. But like,
Couldn't you get an access point, like a one that? Yeah.
like a
I was thinking.
like run like an extension.
Yeah, that'd work perfectly.
I could, but that's just another link in a chain that I don't.
Do you prefer being in the study or your room? Or do you reckon I don't know.
The problem is I used to play up in my room, and I used to like isolate myself really bad because I'd just be up in my room the whole time, and it was like I want to play games and be up here, but I don't want to have to be up there. It's like I isolate myself really bad, and like I kind of isolate myself by going into the study and doing it in there, but it is better than doing that. The only problem is it's not, the walls aren't as thick, they're not as nice, and like the sound, even though my room isn't soundproofed, it's it has a lot better acoustics than the study, especially if I put the blind down, because it's a fabric blind instead of a wooden blind, so that'll dull the sound a bit more.
Exactly.
And I've got a lot more stuff in my room that I could potentially use as makeshift sort of stand-in padding.
Yeah.
And that, it's sort of like, well, what do I do? Do I like the problem is my phone's receiver is obviously not as strong as my computer's would be, which is like a fair call. So I may get good reception up in my room for the computer, but not for the my phone. So I could easily run it up there. It's just a matter of experimenting and, actually cleaning my room and making space.
Yeah. Fair enough, Bowles.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult thing.
Sorry, do you want to have a little look?
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
Oh, look, I found your camera.
Yes, so I found all the video files on
Deal
this.
or no deal drop 24.
Let's just ignore that.
Survivor. You spelt survivor wrong, I think.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, I probably did.
Deal Legend. How to install MV.
See, these could be anything. That's what I'm like, shit, thinking. Look at this. Look at that trackpad.
That's not a good one. I'll be real.
So we're looking.
My
We're
God,
about
it's
to look
so
through these
light.
files. It is. How good is it? There it is. That's my first.
It's pretty good.
Oh, the shortcut's been changed. Fuck. That could have been the files. Oh no,
Well,
the
click
raw,
it.
the raw file. You can't go into it. It's not letting me.
Oh.
Only the ones that show a preview let you go into it. This
Oh,
is the
so
only way I
different.
reckon we'll find this
Wimbledon versus. They're all fucking Dark Knight, Harry Potter rips.
thing. So far, we're getting some movies. I'm just gonna do that so it doesn't.
Doug's top 10, top 20. Who's the
Oh
fuck's
god.
Doug?
Oh god.
Roger
Nostalgia
Federer,
critic.
Batman, Two Hands, Invictus.
Meeseeks and Destroy. There's all these. What's
Two Hands,
image?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I'm so
Got
worried
it.
about clicking on these that I'm probably not going to click on it.
Click it.
I don't want to get cringe.
Just do it.
Dude, this could be really bad cringe.
This could be our big break.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Cha-cha real smooth.
This is me at a fair.
Who the fuck is that?
Some kid.
Randos.
This is me at a school fair.
Oof. It was pretty funny. I laughed.
Join box, split, direct. This is weird.
Default attract, flick animation. What are these? Oh
I
my
have
God,
no
just look at them.
idea. I think they're just Windows videos that come with the. This computer's struggling so hard right now. It's so
It's
ancient.
chugging.
I can't believe I told him to put Windows 10 on a computer with like 2 gig of RAM.
Should have just said XP will be fine, mate. Oh yeah, it's the
Comes with Windows
default one.
10.
That's the Sting image. What about flick animation, you dumbass?
Ugh,
Oh my God, fine. Don't look at it then.
I can't be fucked. Box delete. Oh fuck, is there that many of these? Alright, here we go.
Clip 1080 5-second 10
Nah,
megabits.
that wouldn't be it.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't have been called 1085 second 10. That's just a Windows one that comes with it.
Oh, all right. Rick and Morty.
A lot of Rick and
Rips.
Morty.
Oh my God.
Just a lot of Rick and Morty. Yeah.
M Night gazing aliens or something.
Oh,
Charlie and
don't
Sil-
fucking don't read it out loud. Stop
Who the
reading them
fuck's
out loud.
Charlie and Sil-
I have to
They
cut
think-
that out of the fucking thing.
Why?
Because they're real people's names.
Okay.
Just stop reading them out loud.
Jason and Voorhees.
I'm
got
actually
Talent
gonna
06,
kill you, man.
Confet. Confet.
Don't fucking read them out
Science is
loud.
golden funny video.
I'm turning this podcast off in a
No.
second.
It's so good.
Honestly,
Deal stuff.
I'm getting mad now, cuz.
Treasure hunt, secret mission.
Alright.
Government house trip.
That's it.
No.
Fuck this. I am fucking.
Keep going.
Stop reading them out loud.
Mate.
That's it. Cutting the
No,
podcast.
don't.
Seriously though, mate. This is some of this shit's actually quite probably private. So I'm fucking. Do you know how fucking embarrassing a lot of this is? Like,
I'm not actually gonna comment. I'm just reading the funny names.
it's so bad. Like so bad. Some of this shit I made when I was like 10 and 11.
Well, you were talking about that one you made when you were 10. What's the difference?
that was big fucking difference.
Oh, okay.
That just has me in it.
Okay.
Something that I made with other kids is way worse.
Oh, I think I just remembered who that person is. Yeah, okay. It'd be like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be like that. Just beat the
Stop
names
fucking
out.
reading them out.
Oh.
I guess you
Can I
can
read the really funny ones?
read ones that don't have people's names in it.
All right. Science is golden funny video 13. Treasure hunt secret mission. Why 05? What are these? Is that like the 5th video in like a sequence?
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna preview them.
Are you chugging? Where even is the mouse? I
Chugging?
can't see the mouse.
I don't
Oh, it's
know.
down in the
I'm
corner
just
there.
trying to get rid of the fucking audio, but this thing is so shit and slow that it won't let me freaking turn the audio off. So when I play one of these, you know, what, fuck it, I'll just play it. I don't care.
Gotti, someone that I used to know. Is that the music video? No, you dead ass
I'm
downloaded
turning
the
this
music
off.
video.
Oh, yeah, that's this thing that I filmed for a school thing. Oh, I don't know.
It's just a black screen.
Yeah, it is.
Talent Time live show. Ooh.
Fuck. Oh yeah,
9
that's something
minutes.
I filmed.
It's so dark.
It is. That is a great shot. That's an amazing shot. What the fuck is this? Oh, it was a
That's so terrible.
sparkler bomb.
Oh,
But my voice is probably cringe as hell.
9 minutes. Confetti episode 1 second.
Mate.
The X Factor. Oh my god, that's a lot of X Factor episodes.
Do you see what's in the thumbnail?
They're all 20 seconds.
The teddies.
Oh no. The Teddy X
Do
Factor.
you know how badly, like, I would blow this computer up if I didn't think it had Trouble in Chinatown on it.
Oh no, episode 4, 4 minutes.
This was interesting because this was a school thing I did, but
Does it have Bootleg Bill? Oh my god.
called Banksia Pods, but it wasn't the one I did,
Oh, you're
unfortunately.
in Parliament.
Yeah,
Cool.
man. Is this my year level? I think it is. No, it's the year level below me. I'm
Oh.
wondering if this is the
Why
one
is
I
this
did.
even...
I'd be amazed if this was the... It is, I think. No way. I have not seen this in years. We used to make these for the school. I saw him in his... I saw this guy in his pool shop the other day. He works at a pool cleaning shop and
Oh no.
I ran into him.
Send him this.
And I'm fucking sending him this shit, mate. I'm sending him this.
Oh my goodness.
This needs to go on a USB. I hope I'm not presenting him this. Please no. No me. No anyone but me. I thought I lost this for years, man.
Well, guess what? In the search for Trouble in Chinatown, you just found it.
I found Banksia Pods.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy.
You've got a Kevin McLeod credit in the... Oh my god. That's so good.
Do you know how many years it's been?
1.2 gigs. That's great.
Is it seriously 1.
Word compression.
Anything I want, I'm just going to copy to the... Alright, we got lunch. We're going to come back and look through all these. Goodbye. Alrighty, we are back.
Welcome back to Roast Podcast.
Alright,
Is this a new episode or is this
this is
just
the
a
same
continuation?
episode,
Yeah,
a continuation looking
'Cause
through
we just
this.
had lunch. It was very nice.
I'm almost 100% sure we did have lunch. It was goodness.
This
Let's-
is probably not Trouble in Chinatown.
No, because there's
If
90.
it is.
It's realitytvfan.org. Oh, it's Friday Night Live, but it's in poor quality.
Oh my god, this resolution. They're like 4 pixels.
This is like the best episode, I think, of Friday Night Live as
And
well.
you have it in...
Shit quality. Oh yeah, that guy's doing a hole in the wall thing. I think these are all the clips. All right, Government House Trip.
Government House Trip. Oh my god, lots of Government House.
That's a pointless exercise. Looking through that, and
The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race. Someone kill me. And
A lot of those.
oh my god,
Treasure
episode
Hunt
2,
Secret Mission.
2011. Oh yes, man. Oh, here we go.
This is Trouble in Chinatown.
This is good shit. I downloaded all of them. I can't believe it. This is the show I did when I was in primary school.
Didn't you just find this though?
I did, and it's...
Team Illusion.
I can't play audio because these are people who...
These are people who may copyright strike the video.
who will get
privacy.
pissed, potentially.
Why is it all girls? You've literally only...
It's the girl I saw last night at the...
Oof, that is not
She looks very, very different now. Alright,
Yeah.
in a bad way. Alright.
Intensity, Fusion, and Illusion. Did they come up with... Tim McGill.
You know who that is? It took you so long to figure
No,
out that
it's
was...
just because I can see the glare from
That was
the
me.
window.
There's me.
Oh no.
With some cross country.
Look at that.
I was a good
haircut.
leader at that school. My teeth were very far apart and looked like
Yikes.
Igor, but I was I did well.
Yes, man.
This is the younger. This is a junior cross country.
Who's
That guy's a
commentating?
ripper. That guy's an absolute. I saw him at the Pillars recently, and he's very loose. That's probably me commentating it. Is that
Oh no. Ruby Road.
okay?
You'd have to kill that.
One of those kids I worked with last year. Oh shit.
What in your course?
No, I worked with him at a part-time job.
Oh,
And
got you.
all right, there you go.
Save that one. That's an old one.
This is insane, man. I thought these were all gone, like long gone, and
Meanwhile, you're just dredging them up again.
that's hilarious.
This is a yikes.
See, I was a school leader on the podcasting team because that was the one I wanted to do because me and my video
You guys
editing
had a
background.
podcasting team. I wish I was dude.
It wasn't a podcast. It was more of it was like a school activities thing.
Yeah, but it was kind of like you. It was kind of like the school newspaper. Like you
Pretty much,
reported on all the
happenings.
bits. Yeah. Oof. Still better than what we had, which was fucking nothing. Big fat
Rip.
nothing. It was just.
It's
absolutely
just.
nothing.
Did you have a school leader or a school captain in primary school?
We did, but they didn't do anything about that kind of stuff. It was just
Was the kid actually a good kid, the school captain, or was it? You don't even remember.
no. We had like a few. There was 2 captains and 2 vice captains, and you got chosen because I went to a Catholic school. You got chosen if you were an altar server at the parish there.
Wow. See, that's not corrupt at all.
Yeah, and I did a really good speech. Me, the introvert, I did a really good speech, and I got I didn't even get anything.
Oh my god, this could be it, dude. Sorry, yeah. Keep going.
And then, so it was Izzy, my ex, got captain, and Christopher Ovens.
Let's say his name on this. Look
We
him
have
up
to
on
kill that.
Facebook, everyone.
No, I'll just say Chris. So kill the first time I said it, right? Okay. Do it.
Yeah.
And Chris got the other captain, and I'm like, why is it going to be like this? I was very upset because I wanted to be captain, and I didn't want Chris to be captain because he's a fucking cockhead. But like,
Oh, of course he'd get it though. Although he's always a dickhead who
he was
gets
an
it.
altar server, yeah. And then there was another girl. I think it was Neve.
His family was an altus.
No, she was just like, her family like all went through the school, and like then there was Zach, who was a fucking gun. He was like he did a whole lot of the couch potato family part 2. Oof.
Yeah, man. The couch potato family is the shit. This is just a bunch
Deal
of garbage.
stuff. AGT the winner.
Meal or no meal?
Meal
Season 2. Oh, and
Meal
more
or no
Banksia
meal.
pods. Yeah, man. You know, I found something that could potentially be trouble in Chinatown just then. It's a random DVD file that's 6 minutes long.
MPEG file. Oh, convert that shit.
I'm converting it and seeing what happens. Could you
Imagine if it is.
we're going straight down to the fucking cinema and watching that shit with some fucking popcorn.
That's. Oh my god. If it is, because like
It's my magnum opus of stuff I've
I
made.
can totally imagine you accidentally saving it as an MPEG instead of like an MP4. Just like.
Well, what I used to do is I'd convert it to a DVD, but then I'd recopy the DVD back just to make sure sometimes that I wasn't gonna fuck shit up. See, I was
So that could have been it.
I like
you
to
could
think-
have forgotten to convert it back.
Exactly.
When you burnt it to the DVD.
I like to think I was good at this shit, at
Strawberry
retaining
Shortcake.
files.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
the one file I couldn't retain for some reason.
Like you did all the other ones. Like why forget this one?
Exactly. I'm
Surely it
I'm
must
just
be
happy
something.
I'm finding Banksia pods because this shit you just can't find this with a regular like manual search on your computer. I haven't found this stuff for years. Here we go, 19 seconds. That's the last part of the video. And it's the 23rd of the... Ooh, you know when we filmed it? January 2011. So we're in April 2011, and I probably would have converted it sometime around then. We're looking good. We're looking really good at the moment.
Deal
All right,
or no
who
deal
knows what will
drop.
happen. The Deal or No
Saturday,
Deal
Disney
drop.
celebrates 1,000
That was me
shows.
trying to... There was a show called The $1 Million Drop, and I was trying to make like a...
Treasure Jungle never before seen episode. Is this Lost Media again? Oh my god, Lost
Fucking
Media.
hell, more Lost Media.
Treasure Jungle, dude. The Inside Outsiders. What the fuck?
I don't know what was going on. Mount Martha's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh my god.
Thank you. That's some cringe that I want. So bad.
Is
Where-
this just
I'm
you?
finding-
Is this just like home videos from you and your family?
Dude, I'm finding... Nah, it's from me. I'm finding so much stuff here.
Well, yeah, that's
that-
cringe though.
You know, I couldn't find any of this in a manual search for years on this computer. I'm finding it now. And we're not even halfway there. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty confident. All right.
We're not even in like. Well, did you sort them at all, or is it sorted by date
It's
or
sorted
something?
by every single video on the
So
computer.
it's literally just an unfiltered. It's just as it found it. So
as
if
it
you
found-
sorted it, I was gonna say I saw T because file starting with
But
T.
it's kind of repeating stuff now. Like these videos have already come up, I think. So it likes to do that, likes to repeat the
Guy
same stuff.
Sebastian, who's that girl parody? Please tell me that's a Minecraft parody.
That is some serious cringe. No, it's me. It's me doing a parody of it.
Oh my
It's
god.
the cringiest thing in the
Put
world.
that up unlisted.
Mate, that is never... I don't even know what to do with that. That's so bad. That is the worst thing. I'm going to copy it for fun. Because I want to
Put it
see
up
how
unlisted.
cringe it can be.
Unlisted.
I'm never showing that to anyone, though. That's just too... That is too cringe. There's certain levels of cringe that... DC. What the
May it have saved
hell is
something
this?
as like a
Should I just open this and see what it is? Oh my god, that's my brother's China trip that is for some reason on here.
Oh, well, maybe he just like took all the stuff off the camera onto this computer.
Probably.
That sounds about right. That sounds like something I'd do. That's a boomer move. Treasure Jungle Ciari's
tribute. Ciari's tribute.
Naughty Talent Alice.
Oh.
Is that the porno?
Oh, what the hell?
Naughty Talent.
You know
it's not even spelt right. It's Natty Talent.
Dude, I can't spell. I couldn't spell back then.
Yes.
I just rushed it completely.
The Adventures of Rosie. Oh my god, is that your cat?
Yes. You know what that is? I put here. It's when Australia's Naughtiest Home Videos aired. That's why I called it. Because one of them's Australia's Naughtiest Home Videos. The other is Australia's Got Talent. Yeah, it was Alice in Wonderland. So I called it Naughty Talent Alice. Because I'm a fucking weird kid.
The new inventors. Are you with me 01?
Oh wow, 44. Oh, see, these are more DVD. Oh, I'm really getting skeptical about these DVD files now. Unfortunately, dude.
Oh,
Who knows though?
You don't think they are?
Nah.
Why can't you run them? Like if they're DVD files.
Because they're just it only runs AVI and MP4.
My guy, you've got VLC. Surely VLC will be able to run them.
Not on this, on other computers. On other computers, it will. Not on this. This is a shitbox.
Mate, just literally just what? So it will run them.
I'm trying to emphasize the dangers of the situation.
What? So it will run them. You just don't want to make it run them because it's shit.
It won't on this computer. It will on other computers. We'll do it on another computer.
All right, fine.
It can't run it on this computer. You'd be waiting ages to get it working, and even then it wouldn't work. So we'd have to convert them. It'll be easy on my other computer's so much fucking faster to do it. Way better. Or we can just convert it on your computer. Just
it's not even here. Yeah,
I know,
use mine to fucking brute force it.
Yours just freaking power run it.
It would destroy it. It would be like, okay.
How long does it take for you to export animations on the new computer?
It really depends. If it's like a long file, like when I had to do a more recent render of the full client project it's still not completed because I've been bailed on by my team. When I did the full render of that, it took about half a minute for 2.5 minutes of animation with sound and a few effects. But that was at like its full. I don't think I amped up the rates to like max either.
Yeah.
I just kept them at like the basic settings and just told the render queue to go to use the maximum render depth or something so that it would come out as high quality as possible, which is pretty. It came out really well. I'm proud of it, mainly because I did all the fucking hard work. No,
I reflects it there on them haters.
Yeah, and fucking stunting on my own team, but it's like yeah, no hate on them, but like
they dogged you.
No, I did do quite a lot of the work.
Yeah.
The jobs that they had were relatively easy, especially the one that bailed first.
Yeah.
She had it, like I distinctly remember giving her less than the other guy, to do because she was having troubles with the other classes and like moving house or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, well you don't have to do so much. It's alright. I can jump in and help. And then it's like, okay, even that tiny little bit that she was doing was like too much. I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck? What have I been doing? I've been doing like, if the little bit that you were doing was too much, then the bit that I am doing is, unholy.
Yeah.
It wasn't right. As I said, group projects fuck up like that all the time. Unless it's like unless it's like two or more people with the same amount of passion for the project. Because these two were like, they were fine with it in the beginning, and then it's just like they sort of gave up halfway through, or towards the end. It was sad.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's alright. Could be worse.
I'm gonna copy this one, so it might take a little while. Sorry, then we can go browsing some more. But yeah, shit happens with high school. I mean, with fucking high school. With group projects in school.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Group projects fucking suck. That's why I'm both looking forward to and dreading the major, which is just me.
Rip.
because it will be just me. So I only have to manage myself really.
It's like getting your
And
P's when
then-
you're driving on your own.
Yeah, but then it's like I'm having to manage myself, and I have the worst time management of anyone in the entire world. Like I'd much rather be playing much rather play Warframe or Darksiders or something like that as opposed to just getting down and doing work. I've been saying for like half a week that I'm gonna do stuff on Discord servers or on like calls or whatever, and then I've just gone, should I do that? Nah, I want to keep playing Darksiders, and then I've just gone back to playing it. It's just like I'm so lazy. It's so fucking bad. It's terrible.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get mine done. I'm gonna have to crunch so hard.
I mean, that was pretty much me last year. Like, I'd leave everything to the last minute and then I'd just grind it out. Do you remember me editing audio footage? I just fucking meticulous. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd do it all on the night before, or the 2 nights. I'd do it 3 nights before, and I'd edit it all in one go because I knew I couldn't do it in bits, or else I just never would get it done. So I'd just spend one night just editing the whole thing, and then I'd feel so accomplished once the audio was done.
I'm gonna have to stick religiously to a plan for this one. Otherwise, I will basically kill myself trying to get something out in a time that
exactly it's tough.
That doesn't work. Like, I mean, it's not that the time doesn't work for me. I just don't work for the time. I'm so bad with deadlines that it's unfathomable.
Yeah, I struggled with 1 or 2 deadlines last year. There was one that we had to find someone to interview, and I was just so slow with bothering to do it. And it was
Didn't you find a really good person to interview?
Yeah, I found my grandma
eventually, but like
my
just
grandmother.
getting to that point was like,
Exactly. And then, but there were for the rest of the year, I was pretty good with handing in stuff. Like I would usually, like as soon as we got the assignment, I'd write a script for it. Like as soon as I found out about it, because then I reckon that would be my best chance to be motivated for it.
Done, yeah.
And then I'd read the script out to the teacher, and he'd be like, hell yeah, alright, I like that. And I'm like, sweet, I'll do the audio recording. He was a great guy, my radio teacher. He was just so supportive of my work, and he always said, he always complimented me, and he wouldn't do that with other kids as much, because I don't know why. Well, I don't know. He's like,
Patrick.
whoa, we're throwing some shade.
No, honestly, like, it could be worse. Like, oh my god,
We're gonna go head to head, Patrick and I, but yeah, I'll tell you that in a sec.
I was so like fucking embarrassed on my last day because we had to do reveal, sort of do like a presentation on a proposal document with like all the plan and stuff for our major project to the whole class and all the teachers.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, well, I've got the proposal, but I don't have all the other stuff because I was a fucking dumbass and I didn't. This is me procrastinating, right? This is me procrastinating.
Yeah.
And I didn't do most of the work. So I had only a little bit to show and everyone else had like tons to show. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to bullshit it and say, well, none of this was actually bullshit because I didn't have any of the stuff and my idea hadn't been fully fleshed out because I didn't know. I knew what the core of the idea was going to be.
Yeah.
And I had a very solid idea of the premise and the main sort of crux of the idea, which was it's meant to be some kind of like mental health story, which is it's got a really long working title, but I'm probably going to keep the entire title. It's called Catharsis, or Who Are You When the Cameras Aren't Rolling, and that's the entire title. And it's about like a girl, and she sort of goes through basically like a regular day, but there's like it's implied that she's got some kind of something wrong, probably like depression or something, because instead of one person as the character, they are
Here's my dog. It's all good, don't worry.
she's instead portrayed by 2 separate characters.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be like one of them is the person that she wants to be, and one of them is the person that she thinks society wants her to be, or the person that she's become to deal with society's expectations. And the person that she's become is like this enormous hulking mutant looking man with like metal spines coming out of his body all over the place, and he's nasty to everyone, and he talks down to everyone. He's basically like a huge asshole, but it's a defense mechanism because the person that she wants to be, is pretty much like soft and kind and kind of defenseless and a bit naive. So it's like, but then at the very end, her friend comes to, this is like, there was a whole progression of it, and I was like, okay, I couldn't figure out how to get from A to B. I had A, which was the two characters, and B, a reconciliation where the two characters unify into the person that she is. So, not sort of two people, one hiding behind the other, but they unify into the actual person. And because it's like they align or something, and then it's like, so I had A, the two characters, B, unification. I didn't know how to get there, and that's the problem. So I'm like, okay, because it's meant to be a commentary on society's expectations. She's a lesbian or something, and she wants to be with her best friend, but people in her school aren't supportive of that, and so she feels she has to take on the persona of the person they think she has to be, which is nasty, and then she has like a full breakdown or something and has to unify to ask for help from the person or whatever. And I was like, I went up and presented that, and they were like, okay, well, they tried to put it nicely, but they didn't like it, I could tell, and they were trying to tell me that it wasn't a good story idea, and I'm like, okay, well, because
they're trying to think of what identifies with people, like most people. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and one of them's one of the teachers is a huge lefty. It's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Ridiculous how much of a lefty he is. And so he's like, okay, well, he didn't bring up anything super political about it, but he did say all of the stories all of the animations that are the best ones, right, have some kind of personal meaning to them.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that says about you. And I'm just like, did you just call me fucking gay? Did you like straight up just imply that I'm gay and that I'm trying to basically come out by using this story?
Yeah, of course they do that.
I'm just like, excuse me, this ain't it, Chief. And I'm like, well, no,
that's what they always do.
I have the story. I have a very distinct idea for how I want it to look, and I just wanted to get this. It's meant to be a character study. It's meant to be this person who feels divided between who she wants to be and who she feels she has to be, and finally accepting that sort of diversity within herself and becoming one whole person.
Yeah.
And to that end, it's like I have to. So then I changed it. She's not a lesbian. It's none of that's a thing. That's not really most of it. But she is aware that she feels this way, but doesn't know how to bring it up. Mm-hmm. So there's a few segments where she's going through all these things, and the sort of discourse between the two halves is shown. Like there's one point where a man bumps into her on the street. The person she wants to be, the kind person, goes all meek and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going," when the guy who bumped into her was on his phone, and he's at fault. But then the person that she feels she has to be barks at the guy who they bumped into and said, "Asshole, watch where you're going.
Yeah,
this isn't my fault. Pay attention to where you're going." So it's like in one way she doesn't want to make a fuss, but then she feels she has to, or else she won't get the respect she feels she needs or something.
Interesting, yeah.
And it's like there's all these other things where it's like person she feels like she wants to eat, right?
Yeah.
But she also feels like she can't eat, or else she'll get fat and people will start to judge her. So there's a shot where they're at the vending machine, and the small female version is like, I want to have that. That looks really yummy. And the big nasty version of her is like, that's a bad idea. Why would we get that? Because it's nice. Because it's nice doesn't matter. It's not a good idea. And so it's like, how would two distinctly individual sort of viewpoints within one person conflict in these situations, and how it's meant to be, how someone will put on a mask. So it's like this whole huge thing. I'm like, well, I don't have the problem was I was missing the through line. I was missing some kind of conflict to usher into the third act, which was the reconciliation. And eventually I found that in some kind of it feels forced, and that's the problem. I don't want it to feel forced, but it's meant to be like she's being bullied or whatever, and then she basically snaps and goes on the attack, and literally attacks the people that were harming her, and then like runs away. And then there's like this emotional scene where the mask breaks. Like there's a shot where the mask breaks and they become one person again. But it's in the act of because even while they're breaking down, the small girl, the small version of her is like, why can't we tell Carter being the friend, the person they reach out to? It's like, why can't we tell Carter? She'll understand. And then the other guy, the large version of her is like, how do you know that? You don't know if she'll understand. And then it's like, but it's Carter, she's our best friend, we have to tell her. She's worried for us. And then it's like, the big one's like, well, I don't. And then they both sort of have like a moment where it's like, I don't want to be like this, and I need your help. And there's like a dual shot where it's both of them, and they've both got the same sort of expression on. And it's like, they're meant to be crying or something. And then it's like, so it's like one is like, I don't want to live like this. This isn't who I'm meant to be. And then it cuts down the middle, and it's both of them like one half.
Mm-hmm.
And that persists for about a second, where they say help me, unison at the same time, or like, I need your help.
Yeah.
And then there's a cut, and there's only one of them now, and it's like a mix between the two versions. And it's like, I thought that was really interesting, but because I didn't have that version of it when I went to present it, the version that they saw was wholly inferior and quite a very bad representation of the idea. But now I have a good representation of the idea. The only problem is, I think it'll be a bit much, especially considering that I have no idea how to do audio.
It's okay.
It's sorry to be, rambling.
Can you do my audio for me? No, I'm more than happy to.
I mean, if you could do your audio, if you could help me with it, even if you don't just like do it straight off, even if you like help with it or something, that'd be like way appreciated. Either way, back to the cringe videos.
No worries, Wells.
I'm done talking.
No, it's fascinating. I love it.
I'm not done talking about it. I could talk about it for ages. But
Yeah,
it's like,
it's all good.
I don't want to bore the viewers.
No, it's all good. It's fascinating. It's good.
When I have it out, I'll link it.
Hell yeah.
It'll be dope.
I just got an update on this. So basically, I couldn't find the raw file of Trouble in Chinatown. It's lost. It's been lost for ages.
How do you know that it's lost? They're all MPEGs. It could be any one of these DVD rip.
Which is what I was getting to.
So we're looking at a.
If you'll fucking let me finish. Oh jeez, sorry. Yeah, so this is a really good sign. Modified Sunday the 6th of that is really close to when I edited this thing. Like, I edited this in like February 2011, and this is modified on the 7th of March, 6th of March, some of these. So we got a chance that they could be when we convert them. Let's hope they convert properly.
April.
So I'm going to cut all of these onto my new computer, and yeah, and then we'll let you guys know what happens. But this has been a long podcast because of all the three joined together.
And yeah, I'm not sure if you wanted to do a fourth of us watching the thing or something.
We'll probably do something like that. But we're going to cut this podcast for now and then, maybe in an hour or so or in a little while, do another podcast, and you'll see that soon.
Perhaps, yeah.
This is an intermission. So thanks for watching this podcast, and we'll be back for the next episode.
Bye, all. Thanks for listening to my shit for this entire episode.
Legendary. Cheers, balls.
Bye.